Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of creating our Pong game. In this episode, what we're going to be trying to do is configure the colors a little bit, and we're going to create our boundaries so our paddle does not go off the screen. If we run the program, you can see what we ended off last episode with. I also increased the font so you could see it better. This is what we ended off with last episode. We had this: if I press Z, the paddle moves up; if I press X, the paddle moves down. Now, we're going to work off of this. So let's go ahead and, well, work off of this. So I increased the font a little so you could see everything a lot better, and I have this RGB values commented out right here because this is what I want to use instead of the black, white, and red to make our Pong game look a lot better and smoother. So the number one thing is we're going to change the black value, or the color of our background, to this value right here. So you can just copy this off right here as you see, just type it in. Then we have 225112. Let's go ahead and use that one for white. And then we have the final one and use it right there. I will put these in the comments below so you can go ahead and just copy it right away instead of you writing all of that down. Let's go ahead and now delete this. So right now we have this basic setup. It's going to make the whole game look much more modern and better. Now, I don't want to really call this black anymore because it won't be black, it will be blue or dark blue. But for now we can see background color. We can call that BG color. Now we go down, and where we have the main screen.fill, instead of where we said black, we're going to put in BG color because we no longer have the black variable. So it would throw us an error. We have to do the same thing where we used white, and instead of white we're going to say paddle1 color. Pad1 color for short. And where we use pad1 color, we're going to go ahead and right here we see white. And instead of white, we're once again going to use pad1 color. And you guessed it, I'm going to do the same for red because this won't be red anymore, it will be another shade of blue. So let's go say pad2 color. And where we use red, instead of red, we're going to write pad2 color. So there we go, we modified our variables just a little bit of our colors, and now if I run the program, you can see our game looks much smoother. We have these two cool paddles, both blue, and we have the background color kind of like white, but the contrast makes it a lot smoother. Now I did this because later on we're going to be adding rain and background effects into our Pong game because once again I want to make this the perfect Pong game ever. So let's go ahead and keep moving on. What do we have to do today? We have to change boundaries. So I'm going to run the program one more time just to show you the problem we're experiencing right now and that we're going to have to fix it. So if I press Z, I go up, but you see I can go completely off the screen, and if I keep holding Z, I'll just keep going. Now, if I hold down X, I'll be moving down, and the paddle keeps moving down. So we don't want that. We want our player, or paddle 1, to get stuck right there, so it can move backwards when pressed up. So we're going to add boundaries to this game. Let's go ahead and do this. Many different ways of doing this. One is using another if statement. So I could say if the y coordinate of the paddle is greater than 800, we move the paddle back by decreasing its speed or changing the speed's value. But we're not going to do that because I feel like that's messy and it messes up the code when we'll have much more lines of code, because next episode we're going to be doing this, changing this into classes. We don't have to worry about that right now. What I want to do is I actually like to add AND statements. AND statements are basically if statements that can be fit into one line. So I like to just say and I'm just going to say and here too. So AND is basically another if statement that is in the same line as the first if statement. So imagine we replace these two ands with if. So if keys, we press down Z, we move up. But before we do that, we want to actually modify so we can't move greater than our screen's Y coordinate. So our Y coordinate of the screen starts from the top at 0 and goes all the way down to, let's see what to 400. So it starts from 0, goes all the way down to 400. Now, what we want to do is we want to restrict that area. So let's go ahead and say and Y coordinate, so the Y coordinate of our character has to be greater than or equal to 0. What this basically says, it means that the Y coordinate of our character, our paddle, has to be greater than 0. Pretty simple. We're going to be stuck at 0 and then we can move down. Let's go ahead and run this program, see if this works. Now, we might actually experience a small little problem, but we're going to fix that a little bit later. So here we go up, and there we go. You can see we're stuck a little. And we can go down, and we can still move up. That is amazing. We restricted our top, but we still can move down, which is a problem because we want to fix that too. Now, for the AI, it's going to restrict the top area too because they said the whole Y coordinate of the top of the screen. So I actually don't like how it goes all the way to the top and stuck right there. I'm just going to add like around 5 pixels. So I can say greater than or equal to like 5. Or actually, let's say 10. So if we run this program, it's going to be just a little bit smoother. And you can see our character, there we go, stuck over there. Now, we're going to make the ball much larger than this so it will not be able to go out of bounds. So our character will still be able to bounce the ball off of itself, even if if the ball is heading all the way to the corner right there. So that's amazing. Now we're going to do the same thing for the bottom, but this is a little bit more complicated, so stay with me, please. We're going to create another and statement, just like we did for the top one. But now what we want to say is we want the Y coordinate to be greater than less than 400. So we can say Y coordinate is less than or equal to 400. Now there's going to be a problem with this, and I'm going to run this right now, and you're going to see the problem yourself. So there we go. We have the Pong game. Move up. Cool. We have a boundary. Move down. What happened? We're still moving down. Well, here's the thing. We're actually not. Right after we move off the screen, our paddle stops moving. That is because we actually created a boundary way below our paddle. So here, I'll explain a little bit further if you guys don't understand, because I want you to fully understand what I'm saying. Yes, it is true. There is a boundary right here. We have this boundary right here and nothing can get past it. But here's the thing. Our character is not in the middle right here, or it's not in the center, or it's not like at the bottom. Our character is actually right here in the top left corner. That's where it gets restricted. So as soon as we actually go down, our character stops right there. And it can't move forward, right? So to fix this, I'm actually going to simply say minus the height of the character, and that actually makes it really, really easy. Now there's going to be still some little bugs with this, but we're going to fix that in a second. So we move up, cool boundary, we move down, cool boundary. But once again, we have that little all the way down space that I don't like. It fully covers it. I don't really like that, so let's go ahead and get rid of it by adding 10. Now, this will throw off an error, I'm pretty sure. And if that does that, we can just basically say, if this doesn't throw an error, then we can keep it. Yes, it does. So, oh, minus. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. My bad. Because we're actually going from the bottom to the top, so we have to minus the 10. There we go. There we go. We have that working. So there we go. We have the boundaries working. Now we got to do the boundaries for that guy too. But I want to do this next episode. As next episode, we're going to be focusing completely on the AI. And for now, the AI is going to be simply moving up and down. So whenever it hits this, the top of the screen, it's going to move down. Whenever it's the bottom, it's going to move up. And for now, we're going to keep it like that. Obviously, as the game progresses, we're going to actually do a real AI where it follows the ball. For now, we will keep it like that. So there we go. We have the boundaries created for our paddle. I'm once again going to go through this if you guys do not understand. We're basically minusing the height of our character because our character starts at the very top of our paddle. So we actually have to minus the height. And we're doing minus 10 because I don't like how it goes all the way down. So we're actually adding a little bit to the y coordinate. So it doesn't go completely and covers the screen, the bottom of the screen. So there we go, we have that. Now, I'm just going to give you a little preview of what we're going to do with our AI for now. We're going to do something like, we can say AI y coordinate plus equals, we can say AI speed. AI speed equals 4 plus equals AI speed. Now I'm not going to include this. I'm not going to include this in the next episode because it's really hard code. But that's basically what we're going to be doing. And now if I actually run this program, we can see that the character moves all the way down and just leaves. So we're going to actually modify that next episode. We're going to make it when it goes all the way bottom, it goes all the way up. But for now, this is really cool. We're going to keep it like this so far, and I like how the game progresses for that. My bad for the semicolon. I've been recently coding a lot in C++. Remove that, but most idols won't notice it. So there we go. That is our game for now. Next episode, again, I will be creating our simple AI. The episode after that, we're probably going to do our ball logic, and then I'll modify the AI so it actually moves correctly. So there we go, we have this for now. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Subscribe, like, and share, and see you in the next episode of creating our Pong game.